So today we're going to be looking at 10 ultra sexy masculine fragrances for men. Of course, there's a lot of fragrances out there that just kind of, oh, you're talking, yes. Yeah, I finally got my hair cut. It's been about 5 months since I last booked an appointment and got a haircut. Hence why I've been wearing a hat in like every single video for the past like 3 months. I was overdue. I finally got it done and I can say, feels much better. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully it's a bit of a cleaner look for you rather than seeing my hair just kind of poof out on each side of my head. Let me know what you think. We all know there's a lot of good, clean, musky, citrusy smelling fragrances out there. They smell all right. They smell good. If you ask just about everyone in the room if it smells good, they're going to say, yeah, it smells good. But we're kind of trying to step it up a little bit. We're going to be going for some like super sexy fragrances with a masculine edge. These ultimately are going to be a little bit more daring as well. Not super daring. I already did a video on that. Daring but sexy fragrances. It's not going to be to that extreme. These still have mass appeal and they still will get you a lot of compliments, but they are going to be pushing it just a little bit more than your musky, citrusy fragrances. So if you want to start experimenting and trying some different things, you can go for some of these. So I do want to ask you for a favor though. If you do like these videos and you like coming back and watching me every day, make sure you hit that like button down below and get subscribed here on the channel. That way you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and do remember that I will provide links to all of the fragrances mentioned in the description. If you want to check out any of these, you can hit those links and pick them up. Let's go and jump into this. First fragrance up, we have Bvlgari Man In Black. This is a good one. Kind of gets compared to something along the lines of perhaps Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf, and I can see the comparison. This is a very warm, sweet, spicy scent. Really more warm and spicy than it is sweet. Of course, it still does have that sweetness, but very warm, spicy. Smells like cinnamon, smells like spices, but it also has a very masculine, almost edgy smell to it. And again, kind of can remind you a lot of Spice Bomb EDT by Viktor and Rolf. I will say, I love the bottle, I love the smell, but my least favorite part is the atomizer. It's the most narrow atomizer I think I've ever experienced. And I'm not just saying that to rag on, you know, the presentation or the atomizer or whatever. Like, it's legitimately so narrow. I've never seen anything like it. The bottle, you can twist the top here and then that locks it. So, you know, if you're transporting it, it won't, you know, hit the button and spray. The bottle and stuff I do like. It's got nice details. You can see up here on the top of the atomizer, kind of gold accenting with Bvlgari, and, you know, so it's nice. Atomizer isn't that great, but the smell is really nice, and that's all that matters. It smells great. Very good for the upcoming cooler months. Fall and winter is when you're going to want to rock this fragrance and really enjoy it. And again, it's got that warm sexiness and that masculine touch that we're looking for this video. So with this next fragrance, we're throwing it back here a little bit. This one is ADG Profumo. Yeah, Profumo. You know, lately my main bread and butter has been the new Profumo release. I love the new Profumo. I think it's honestly one of the best fragrance releases of this year, and for me, probably one of my favorites within the past couple years. It is that good. But Profumo, you can't beat out Profumo. Even though I've really been liking Profumo, I've been reaching for more than this. Profumo still has that dark, mysterious, sexy edge to it, which Profumo doesn't quite have. It is masculine, it is sexy, a compliment getter, but this really has that masculine, mysterious, dark quality to it, which I like. I mean, when you look at the beautiful bottle of this scent, this is the perfect indication of what this fragrance smells like. This nice, sleek, blacked out bottle with the silver accenting. It's one of my favorite designer fragrance bottles out there. And like I said, it's very, very fitting to the scent. It's incredible stuff, even though a lot of people probably wear it, even though, you know, just the ADG DNA, it's been around, right? It has been revived a little bit with new Profumo, and even though we have the new Profumo, I can still 100% say that Profumo is one that is worth having in your collection. And again, it's a perfect contender for this video, and it fits the criteria that we're looking for. Following that, we have Paco Rabanne Pure XS. Just the original here. My love for the original Pure XS is back in full force. I had this fragrance probably not last fall, but maybe the fall before. Yes, it was the fall before last fall when I believe when it first came out. Oh, it smells so, so good. I had it and I was wearing it, and I reviewed it and probably featured in a few videos, but I don't remember why. I just ended up getting rid of it. I think it was just one of those things where I simply wanted to get another fragrance and I didn't have the money at the time to just go get it, so I had to sell something, and this was up next on the chopping block. That, and I also think I wasn't wearing it all that much. But now I got this one back because I've fallen in love with Pure Excess Night, the new flanker. That's a great, great scent. I love that one. So I'm like, okay, I gotta get the original here. And now that I have it, I've been wearing it a lot. It's one where even if I don't wear it, I just pick it up and I give it a spray and just smell it because I enjoy it a lot. It's a really nice, kind of fresh, but also sweet, semi-boozy scent. So it's kind of combining fresh and sweet here a little bit. Following that, we have Givenchy Gentleman Boisee, the new release. I actually like this one a lot. This one's going to be taken in a couple different ways. Some people, it's going to be probably a bit boring. Other people are probably really going to like it. And I, believe it or not, have fallen into the really, really like it more than I thought I was going to. When I first smelled it initially, right in the opening, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be really, really good. It started to dry down. It started to get a bit more generic. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's not going to be that good. I started to backtrack a little bit. I kept testing it. I ended up putting out a review. And, even after this review, I've been wearing it and I'm really liking it more and more. I just like how easy it is. It's so easy to wear, but it also still has some of that Givenchy Gentleman EDP DNA a little bit, just in kind of how it delivers and how it comes across. It's just freshened up and a bit more and made a bit more wearable. I don't know, there's something about how it works on my skin, how it smells, and how it develops that I've really been liking, and I think it's a great fit for this video because it's kind of riding the line a little bit. It's giving you some mass appeal, but also with a little bit of a unique edge. I think it's a great release, and it's one that's definitely worth trying. Following that, we have John Varvatos Dark Rebel. Could have put Dark Rebel Rider. Going for just Dark Rebel here. It smells so, so good. Right in that opening, you get that nice whiskey, alcohol, boozy note. You get some of that underlying sweetness, a kind of nice leather accord. It smells really good. It's one where it kind of combines a little bit of a freshness with sweet. When you smell this, you will know it's a John Varvatos. Anyone who has smelled a few of them, and especially the original John Varvatos and John Varvatos Vintage, then you'll kind of be able to smell this John Varvatos DNA across just about all of them, like Artisan Pure, not really, but even a couple of the fresher ones, you can kind of tell that's a John Varvatos. In the original and in Vintage, and even in this and in Dark Rebel Rider, they all kind of use some sort of similar aroma chemical or compound or accords or something. I don't know how to describe it. It definitely is like a freshness, like a fresh, almost muskiness. Anyone that has also had experience with this can chime in down below and help me explain what I'm trying to say. But just to make it easy here, you'll be able to tell when this is a John Varvatos. But with that being said, it's got great quality. Performance isn't the best, but that doesn't really matter to me when you're getting something this unique and this high quality for about $30-ish. This is a no-brainer, and it's a perfect fit for this list. Following along, we have M7 Oud Absolu by Yves Saint Laurent. This is one of those fragrances that when I got it recently, or a few months back, I did a review on it. Oh, I was just instantly in love. I was like, why did I not get this sooner? I don't know. I don't know why I didn't, but this smells so, so good. This was created back when Tom Ford was the creative director for Yves Saint Laurent. Obviously, this is not, the original packaging and probably isn't even the original formulation. Who knows at this point? It's been out for a while. But this, again, was created back when Tom Ford was a creative director. And it smells so, so good. I love fragrances created by Tom Ford, or created with him overseeing the creative process. Of course, all the perfumers that he uses are incredible, and they're the ones doing the work. But Tom Ford really knows what people are going to like and what people are going to like, but is still really going to get you compliments. And this, among a lot of Tom Ford's private blend releases, fit that bill perfectly. They're pushing it. They're riding the line. They're just on a thin line where, you know, it gets the fragrance enthusiast into it and you're like, oh, this smells really good. And then you're wearing it out in public, and then somehow miraculously the normal people who don't give a crap about fragrances and accords and notes and quality, they're into it as well. And they're like, holy crap, what is that smell? That smells amazing. I don't know how he and they, the perfumers, do it, but they do it very well. And this is another example of that right here. It's not what you think in terms of oud. It's a very, very mild, light oud. In fact, sometimes I can say I can hardly even smell the oud. It's just such a light oud. I've smelled some, you know, heavier ouds from like Mancera, which, you know, people who are into oud are laughing at me because Mancera is known as what's the word? Synthetic house for oud. Right? I don't care, you know, I'm not into oud, but I've also smelled, you know, some of the Roses utilizing oud. So I've smelled some of the heavier oud fragrances, and this does not align at all. Up next, we have Parfums de Marly Herod. Could have put a number of these fragrances in this list because Parfums de Marly is really kind of dominating the niche market in terms of creating niche scents with good mass appeal. But for me, Herod is a work of art. If you love nice tobacco sweet scents, you got to check out this guy right here. This one will fit the bill perfectly for you, and it's also a great candidate for this list. It's got mass appeal, but with a bit more of a daring quality because of that strong tobacco note. But this is going to be an absolute hit for the fall and winter time, especially in really once you get into winter, when it's getting cold and you're really, you know, you're dressing more, you know, extravagant with your nice coats and wool sweaters and jackets and layering up and just looking all dapper. You wear this when you're dressed like that in the wintertime, guaranteed compliments. This stuff is incredible. It's got great quality, great performance, and it's just from a really great niche house who's been killing the market. They've really kind of cornered the mass appealing niche fragrance market, and they're doing a fantastic job. Parfums de Marly Herod, perfect scent for this video. Following that, we have Tom Ford Ombre Leather in the signature bottle. This is great. I love it. It's on discounters, about $113, I believe is what I paid for this 100 ml on FragranceNet. That's a killer price. It really is. I mean, you know, for a Tom Ford, a little bit over $100, that's a good deal. You know, may not seem cheap, but it's in line with some of the other designer brands. I mean, you know, even something like ADG Profumo going to be running you up there. Chanel's are going to be running you up there. Yves Saint Laurent getting up there, $70, $80. Of course, it depends what you get. So, you know, the fact that you can get a Tom Ford for that price is great. And it's got the same great quality and smell as Ombre Leather 16 in the private blend, which is now discontinued. This is a great one. Nice leather scent, but with a bit more of a mass appeal. It's not quite as, you know, super strong as something like Tuscan Leather, which was featured in my video I did similar to this, where it was extremely daring but sexy fragrances. This one's a bit lighter, and it's a better fit for this list because it doesn't go too extreme. Following that, we have Calvin Klein Euphoria Intense, a great cheapie from Calvin Klein. It's got a little bit of oud in here, or at least the note is listed. Again, I don't really pick up on it. Like, I just, you know, I can't really smell any oud from this one, which is, you know, what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting this to be an oud bomb, but it is like a fresh, spicy, somewhat warm scent. It does smell really nice. It's got good performance for being a Calvin Klein. It definitely fits this fragrance list very well of having just a little bit more of a daring quality to it, especially coming from Calvin Klein. It's a pretty good one. Finally, to end the video, we have Wanted by Night by Azzaro. The original Wanted, there's nothing daring about that. Let's be real. It's kind of an Invictus-y fragrance, but with a ton of lemon just pushed over top of it. This one still has that Azzaro Wanted DNA in there a little bit, but with a nice dose of cinnamon and some other sweet spiciness to make it what this is. Azzaro Wanted by Night. It's a nighttime version of the original Wanted is the best way to put it, but ultimately, for me, it's a fall/winter version of the original Wanted. It smells great, especially for fall, I think, because it still does have a lot of that freshness from the original Wanted. Moving into winter, it could be one that you could wear, but I would say there's better options out there. It'll still work if you want it to, but if you are someone who is building up a collection and you're trying to, you know, round up fragrances that are good for each specific season, for me, this one's a fall scent all the way. But you can do really whatever you want with this stuff. It'll work. Great scent here to end this video. takes that original Wanted DNA, which is very mass appealing, adds a bit of a warm spiciness to it, and it just gives it that little extra boost of sexiness and edge that it needs. And it's, again, another great fit for this video of just giving it a little bit of, you know, something different. So guys, that was going to do it for me. That was 10 ultra sexy masculine fragrances. Again, all these will be linked down below for you to check them out and pick them up. And I do appreciate if you made it this far, drop a like on the video and give us a subscribe. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.